All right, I just wanted to hop on quickly for some reiteration purposes, because that's all this is. Consistently reminding yourself of who you truly are, and from that state, deciding what you want to experience. So I'm going to quote Reverend Ike once again, and I'll be touching on the quotes. So here we go. You are going to have to take a hold of the steering wheel of your mind. And if you're driving a car and it goes a little bit to the right, you don't sit there and complain and cry, oh, why doesn't this car stay on the road? Oh, why does this happen to me? Why don't things go right? Are you holding the steering wheel? Are you constantly directing and correcting your thoughts, your moods, your attitudes, and your ideas? I'll tell you one thing. If you don't direct your mind, the world will sure as hell direct it for you. Well, I think that speaks for itself, but that's the whole thing. You as awareness give life to something in every moment. You have about 70,000 thoughts every day. Well, you're still choosing if you identify with thoughts popping up, or if directing them. Because if you're choosing what you put your awareness on, then you can consistently do that. And if it's something you like, then I'll recommend you keep thinking about it, keep conjuring up thoughts, so to speak, keep identifying with what you do want to experience, what you do desire. And if you don't, if you, so to speak, forget your true self, or for some reason fall back into a mood or an attitude, whatever, a negative one, which makes you spiral down, and before you know it, you're almost not even believing any of these messages anymore. This whole teaching, you just don't believe it anymore. I understand. I've been there many times, but the thing is, you are still deciding right there and then that is affecting your life. And well, it is, because once again, only you as an individualized aspect of God, all that is pure awareness, pure consciousness, can give, quite literally can give life, power to, whatever. And since you are then in this, as an example, you are right now spiraling and whatever, you are giving that life, and you are giving these negative thoughts and moods and attitudes and beliefs that may, come up. You are giving those, thoughts life, as awareness itself. By putting your awareness on it, you're giving it life, and if you don't cancel it out, you'll come across it as an experience. And that's the feedback loop, like I told yesterday as well. Like, then it just goes on and on and on until you cancel it out by putting your awareness on what you do desire. And that's, in this case, the opposite of, what you didn't desire, obviously. But the thing is, like Reverend Ike says, if you don't direct your mind, the world will sure as hell direct it for you, so to speak. But it's not for, no one is doing it for you. You are, subconsciously, most likely, allowing that to happen. A thing, a song, a random person on the street, a random person on the internet, a troll, whatever, a comment, a negative song, once again, like a very negative, lyrics, whatever. You don't have to identify with any of that, but if you're not in your power, if you don't understand that you are the one directing your awareness on whatever, and that's what gets brought back to you, so to speak, in events, circumstances, experiences in your 3D reality, take your power back, which you can do right now, and start. Like I said, 70,000 thoughts a day. You got a lifetime of consistently directing your awareness on the things you do desire instead of what you don't. This is not just a one-time thing. I actually thought I put that down here as well. And like here, so Reverend Ike says, if you don't direct your mind, the world will sure as hell direct it for you. And he continued quoting him, and he meant to put, and I meant to put that strong word in there, because that is exactly where the world will direct your mind to. And I don't care how good you are at this thing, so at this message, at understanding that you are pure awareness, consistently choosing and deciding, and if you don't cancel it out, you'll come across that as an experience. And yes, as amazing and as beautiful as you want, as horrendous and horrific as you want, as materialistic or nature wise, whatever. It's everything. Everything is part of creation is finished. So you just pick and choose from the, so to speak, warehouse of God, but that's just anything you can think of, quite literally. So I meant to put that strong word in there because that is exactly where the world will direct your mind to. And I don't care how good you are at this thing, and I don't care how good a driver is. You will never see a driver so good that he doesn't have to direct and correct his course in driving. So I put here, you're choosing where or on whatsoever you direct or put your awareness, as awareness itself. This isn't just a one-time thing, or even a 10-time thing. This goes on for life, and it has been going on since you were born, whether you are aware of it or not. Facts and conditions are not in charge. I am in charge. What does I am say of itself? Well, awareness. So I am God, and there is none beside me. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 5. Don't give your power of awareness, your power of belief, your power of thinking, your power of feeling to negative facts. Facts, you have to understand that you are, because you gave something attention, you directed your awareness as awareness itself on whatever, you now created, so to speak, chose this thing to be true. You gave it life, and now it is. Now it is a fact in your reality. The thing is, you can instantly change it up again. It's just even if it's you are remembering right now as a solid state and solid remembrance or memory. You are right now in the time doesn't exist. Right now it's the present moment, so you are in this present moment right now, putting your awareness on that memory. But it's just a different state of consciousness. Just one of these trillion, I don't know, a billion trillion possible, realities, experiences, circumstances, events, situations. You know what I mean? So I understand that you as a individualized aspect of consciousness actually, so to speak, solidly went through that experience, but it's none else, really nothing. You are creating the power behind it. You are giving it, quite literally giving it life. So you have to understand that this delusional, so to speak, desire you might have, and you are thinking from or of, that's your decision. I'd recommend you thinking from it, from you being, doing, having whatever you desire right now, because then it will manifest. Once again, you're not manifesting anything, you're just choosing. But choose what you want to desire instead of what you don't want to desire, and stay true to that, and just do it with everything. Like, if right now you made a choice, like I don't know, I got my SP back, like if it's an ex or whatever, or I got my celebrity SP, like we're I don't know, like you're in a romantic relationship with them or whatever. If you desire that, like, you can think from that right now, make it a scene, whatever, for a few seconds is enough. Like, fleeting thoughts, if you don't cancel them out, manifest just as quickly, just as thoroughly, whatever. It's the same. The thing is, if you right now understand it, if you don't cancel it out, well, then it's actually pretty simple, right? Like, you put your awareness right now on having an SP, being with that person, and, well, being happily together, whatever, or you just want sexual relationship or romantic relationship, man, that's not up to me, okay? You can decide that, because that's what you're here for. So, okay, for example, you want a romantic relationship. Now, you can right now conjure up, so to speak, make a mental image as you putting your awareness right now on whatever you do desire, and that's how the brain works. You will instantly conjure up things that are, well, related to what you put your awareness on. So you're thinking of this person, and maybe you know what car they are in, or what house they're in, or whatever, or you have some type of spot in nature or somewhere in a city, wherever you're living or whatever, where you want to meet with them, or you want to, you want the scene to unfold, whatever. You can all be very specific about that. That doesn't really matter, but the thing is, my point is that right now you can in a few seconds make that scene, and if you don't cancel it out, for sure you'll come across it exactly as a carbon copy, whatever, of what you imagined, what you put your awareness on. But the thing is, okay, now we're like 10 seconds, so to speak, in a linear time perspective, now 10 seconds have passed, and now you're still here. So my point being is, like, you don't understand manifesting if you're like, I just want this one thing, and then, like, my ego is full of it. I'm like, now my life changed and I'm going to be so happy. None of that is true. That's the whole non-duality thing. Like, you have to make yourself happy. So even this, I mean, come on, Shane Missler, like he fell back for years and years, became a loser pretty much. I mean, yeah, a rich loser, but he didn't have any friends, had no connections, had no nothing. Okay, and he was sitting on 200, $300 million, but I mean, come on, it's not the end all be all. That's the whole thing. That's why I made that video. I mean, check it out if you don't. But I keep seeing, like, if I put the title in a certain way, like it isn't how Be Something Wonderful does it, like instantly manifest your desires right now by doing this, and I see like I'm getting less views. Like I don't care, but it's like, oh man, you are fooling yourself, man. Like every video I pretty much say the same thing because it's only one teaching. It's just the same message, okay? So don't think that if I put the title as you think you are, then it's suddenly less interesting than how she manifested her SP. Like I'm going to put the title as I want anyways, okay? So just watch the video. You want reiteration, you want to remind yourself, at least that's what I hope. You want a different life, right? Well, then start applying this. You can test it out right now. Silly things, big things, whatever you decide, okay? But you've been doing this all your life. Matter of fact, you will never stop doing this, even if you convince yourself that this is bullshit. I actually came across, oh man, it's getting pretty silly nowadays. Like I came across this person uploading videos talking about what a cult is, and then you may decide if the manifestation community is a cult. Come on, man. Like none of this has anything to do with cults and ideologies. This is just a true message from scripture from thousands and thousands of years ago, and you can just try it out. Don't go and sit and make YouTube accounts like, oh, it's so toxic. Like there are so many different teachers, gurus, whatever. Just pick and choose who you like and apply what they teach. Now, if they're making thousands of techniques, I mean, I'm calling people out on it every day, so to speak. But if you're sitting here making all these techniques, then well, I just unfollow that guy or that person, whatever. They're just taking your time and money, okay? But go to Lyndall Warden. Go to next generation Neville Goddard, or Neville Goddard next generation, and just listen to DiCarlo and Lyndall Warden, former student of Neville Goddard, still physically alive to this day. Listen to their small, simple talks, and it's exactly what I'm teaching you right now. Teaching, whatever. It's just a simple reiteration of a message that's been here for thousands and thousands of years, and now we have individualized aspects of consciousness and, so to speak, the linear time perspective of 2024, trying to make videos about, well, it's so toxic, and well, like who cares about the whole community? Like I don't care. It's all about the message itself. That's why I made this whole channel to help you, but you have to allow it. Like I'm not going to sit and cry if you hate on me in the comments, or you're trying to try to disprove me. Me knowing like I can't even disprove myself anymore. Like it's consistently in everything. Everything is quite literally a reflection of who you are being right now, and in the next hour, and the next hour, and the next hour, and tomorrow, and the day after. In every moment, you are picking and choosing states of consciousness, and if you don't cancel them out, then you'll come across them. So that's the whole thing, I mean, I don't understand. Like people want to take the whole community down. Like it's not even about the community. I mean, it's amazing that people can help each other and give each other motivation, so to speak, but it's all for you, the individualized aspect of consciousness, to apply it. No one and nothing else can do it for you, can actually even help you with it, not even me, because you have to allow it. It's all about the art of allowing. That's why Esther Hicks or whatever, she made that book, because you have to invite all these beautiful experiences in. You have to allow them in, and they'll, by putting your awareness on it, thinking from it happening right now, because everything was first a thought. You have, as awareness, have to identify with a thought, and then it is manifested. You become visible of that thing in 3D reality. May it be whatever, okay, whatsoever. All right, so I just had to clear that up. Okay, so yeah, so choosing where or on whatsoever you direct or put your awareness isn't just a one-time thing. I mean, we'd all love that to be true, but that's not true, okay? It's consistently. You're never not doing it. And if you think you're not doing it, then you are unaware of consistently putting your awareness on all these things, and be assured half of these things will be negative, and you hate these things. It's all these things you don't ever want to experience again. But hey, sorry to break it to you, but it's you doing it to you, and it will go on forever. Now, you can keep on and pointing your finger at everyone and every coach and every video and every technique and blame everyone but yourself, but it won't help because you are giving that life. It's still you doing it. Like, you can't fool yourself with this information. I'm sorry. You just can't. You can, act like it and, so to speak, try to fool yourself by, convincing yourself that none of this is actually true. And then, well, maybe a whole lifetime you actually convince yourself that this isn't true, and you'll take all that with you. And then here you are, once again, having to learn the same, well, having to learn life. And this is life, Life consists of living, learning, and, well, choosing whatever you want to experience, because God gave you choose this day. You have a free will to choose whatever you want. If you cancel it out by putting your awareness on the opposite of what you just claim to be true, as you have a desire and you claim it to be true right now by thinking from it, if for some reason in a few seconds, a few minutes, a few hours, a few days, I'd even say a few weeks, you probably already canceled it out, but then you go back. I mean, this is how people get half-ass results, a cold, hot behavior. Like, if you are double-minded, then you'll get double-minded results. I mean, it's pretty easy, right? Pretty makes sense, right? Well, a lot of people forget that the double-mindedness comes from their own mind, their own awareness, identifying true mind, true thought, identification with whatever they, well, don't desire, because that's you also doing that, and it shows up. Well, can't show up without you putting your awareness on it. That's just how reality creation, well, was made, works, so to speak. So facts and conditions are not in charge. I am in charge. What does I am say of itself? I am God, and there is no one beside me. Don't give your power of awareness, your power of belief, your power of thinking, your power of feeling to negative facts. Don't do it. Don't give your power of thinking, your power of thought, your power of belief, your power of awareness to negative conditions and circumstances. Do that which you don't desire. Don't do it. Why would you? I mean, you're going to experience it, and then you're going to go in the comments and on the Reddit posts and whatever, and you're a liar, and this doesn't work, and oh man, you're fooling yourself, quite literally. Don't do it. I want to tell you this again for a few million more times. I love how he just said that. Like, this is reminding, reiteration. You think Reverend I just said it as like as a joke? I'm going to say this for the millionth time. It's such a simple message, but you have to keep on applying it, keep on reminding yourself of what it is and who you truly are, pure God, pure I am, all it is. And from that state you choose, and you will still understand, right, that you are still God. Why are you canceling, so to speak, your own manifestations out? You are doing that. No one or nothing is doing it for you. They quite literally can't do it. That's how this reality is. Only you can become aware of something and it will be reflected back. Now, you can, so to speak, fool yourself by convincing yourself that something or someone else did it. But no, I'm here to tell you, and you know this is true. Come on. You did that. You allowed that. You convinced yourself, well, this person or this thing or whatever circumstance or event is actually right. They are, or this thing is true, and I'm just lying to myself, and now I'm going to blindly believe into this thing or this person, and there I go. And then in a few days or few weeks, I come across this thing and this negative thing, and I'm going to cry again about how is this possible? I just don't know. How can I change my world? Change your thinking. Become aware of the things you do desire. It's quite literally that simple, but you have to do it. I cannot do it for you, okay? I can only make these videos, these reiteration videos. I'm trying to help you once again, but that's me trying to. I can only try to help you. You can only help yourself, All right, so yeah. Don't give your power of awareness to negative conditions and circumstances, to that which you don't desire. Don't do it. I want to tell you this again for a few million more times. The only power that your circumstances have is your own power that you ignorantly give to it. Maybe I'll soften the word to help some people's ego. Because, well, maybe some of your egos are already, struck by what I just said, but I can't do anything about it. You have to switch your perception, change your perception, shift your perception, and see it in a different way. And if you change the way you look at things, things you look at change. Here, so the only power that your circumstances have is your own power that you ignorantly give to it. give to it. Maybe I'll soften the word to help some people's ego. You see, that's another thing about this teaching. Sometimes this teaching does not sit well with the ego. The ego doesn't want to hear it's my fault. That's the whole thing. It is your fault. I'm sorry. It's everything I effed up in my life, so to speak. Like all these damn mistakes I made. I made them. No one did it for me. Yeah, I can point my finger at a whole lot of things, but I actually accepted that to be true. I convinced myself these people or these things or whatever to be true, and I went on with that. Now, all these years later, 10 years later, I actually understand that. Damn, it was always me. This whole journey wasn't even needed. I could have easily, like 5 years could have easily been cut off, so to speak. I made this channel to create a shortcut for you so you don't have to go through all this nonsense, man, because you don't need it. You don't. I swear to God, you don't. I swear to myself, to you, you don't need to be in meditation for days and go through all these events and buy all these tickets. Like, oh man, this one teacher, he has millions of subscribers. Buy mentorship, buy a coach, invest, spend all your money on thousands of coaches, and you'll invest in yourself. Nah, man, you're just spending your time and money. And if somehow after all these months you don't still don't believe what they told you, you're fucked, man. All this money, all this time, you spend it on nothing, man. It's always you. You're always doing it to yourself. Like, sorry for this, but I'm almost like I'm talking to myself as well. Like, you are me, I am you. We're just merely different aspects of each other. Like, oh man, if I could wake myself up like 3 years ago, like 7, 8 years ago, like, man, don't make this such a journey, man. You don't have to. But yeah, at least I'm saying that to you right now. But you can just be like, well, I don't know who this guy is or whatever, and I just don't trust him or whatever. And there you go, man. you know. So we all love blaming others and events, circumstances, or experiences for what we as humans are doing to ourselves. And as you may already know, it has always been you and it will always be you. Take your power back and start directing your awareness on that what you decide is lovely and of good report. So I put that there. This is Reverend Ike again. You are going to have to repent. You are going to be broke. Sorry, you are going to be born again. So I put here, Neville Goddard often mentions the same. Die to your former state. Die to your old state of consciousness by putting your awareness on what you do desire to be, have, or do. Your new state of consciousness. So you are reborn in or as a new state of consciousness. So Reverend Ike continues. You are going to have to do something with your mind because I am. Awareness is God. There is no other power of God. You see, God is behind many masks, yet they're not supposed to be masks. They are merely ways in which God reveals himself or itself. God is the power of belief. God is the power of my belief. You see, there's only one power. I used to hear, so Reverend Ike said, I used to hear, the devil ain't got no power. The only power the devil's got is the power you give him. The devil ain't got no power, only the power you give him. And the exact same thing is with your situations. It's true for your situations, the so to speak facts in your life and your circumstances. It's the same thing with the facts in your life. Learn to look them right in the face and say, facts and conditions are not in charge. I am in charge. God is in charge. The power of my belief is in charge of my life. The power of awareness is in charge. So, every individualization of consciousness is a son, daughter of God. So, you watching right now, because, well, you are a man or a woman, whatever, even in your teens, maybe, I don't know, a kid, whatever, I don't know, but you are one of these genders, and, well, that automatically means that you are a son, or I just put daughter, just to make it more exclusive for everyone, or inclusive, sorry. if you are born, you are a daughter or a son of God. Every time I think a thought, every time I speak a word, I invoke that which I think and speak. So, in my words, whatsoever you as awareness itself become aware of will soon be objectified as fact in your physical 3D reality. Well, that's exactly what it is, and start directing your awareness on what you do desire instead of what you don't desire, because, well, I think if you don't enjoy your life right now, or there are a lot of things in your life that you don't enjoy, probably also things you do, but there you go. You are also choosing the other good, nice, whatever, positive things in your life, and you don't cancel them out. Now, whatever self-concept, belief system you've created, convinced yourself, allowed yourself to be identified with, to be true for you, well, it's working in certain parts of your life, So this just means that you became aware of being that person and somehow didn't cancel it out. Now, I don't know how you convinced yourself not to do that. That's the whole thing. You have to do that. So you can right now, by listening to my teaching, applying this information, test it out, try it out. Become aware of what you do desire in this aspect of your life that's always been a certain way, good, bad, or indifferent. But in this example, it is bad or negative. Well, and put your awareness on it being positive. Feel good about the experience. Shine a different light on it. You as awareness, you as light itself, you shine a different light on that circumstance, that situation, that, so to speak, hardened, fact in your reality, and become aware of the opposite of that being true. You put your awareness right now, you think from that being completely opposite of how it is right now. So then it's actually good. Then it's actually positive. If you keep doing this with everything, every single thing in your life you don't desire, you'll live an amazing life. That's all I can say. So I appreciate you tuning in, and let's go into the silence.